Earlier, you heard about the threat facing many top wine growers in California as those wildfires continue to scorch the region. In Europe, wine growers have been facing different struggles. Reduced consumption from the pandemic and the need for more hand sanitizer has dramatically altered vineyards in places like France and Italy, as our Maggie Rulli explains.
It's something French wine grower Cyril Picard would have never imagined just months ago. Turning his crop, his pride,
Super millésime.
From this to pure, clear alcohol, and not the kind you drink, the one you use to disinfect your hands.
C'était une méthode d'urgence.
It was an emergency method. We didn't have the choice. We had to understand the situation and make a decision.
Back in spring, there was a global shortage of hand sanitizer. So the French government got creative, and they turned to their wine growers for help.
Ça s'est vite validé et en l'espace de quelques semaines,
everything happened quickly, and in a matter of weeks, we were able to send thousands of gallons of French wine to the distillery.
The distillery is where thousands of gallons of ready-to-drink wine was sent to be processed into this clear liquid.
When this is all over, the alcohol here will be put in tanks and will be sent to other industrial or pharmaceutical groups to be transformed into hand sanitizer.
It sounds devastating, turning renowned French wine into a sterile product. But Cyril didn't see it that way. He saw it as something that could benefit his business and his country. The French government set aside 250 million euros to ensure the wineries, a source of French national pride, survived.
We did our duty.
But perhaps more importantly, shipping off last year's product meant there was now room for this year's exceptional harvest.
The vine this year was generous. It left us a lot of grapes. We didn't even need to triage them. 100% of the grapes were perfect. We've rarely had wines that only after 5-6 days of fermentation tasted this magnificent. This is very promising.
It's a dilemma a lot of wine growers dealt with during lockdown. All the fun, fancy alcohol just sitting in these caves.
No more weddings, no more people meetings, and so it stopped the consumption of champagne in France and in the other country too.
Champagne maker Cyril Ribaume says some in the region had to resort to sadder means to prevent overcrowding, dumping their crop to rot and fertilize the soil. Cyril decided to harvest all of his crop, but his sales have already dropped 30% this year.
We will keep perhaps 15,000 bottles in the cellar, which normally would be sold.
But it's not all doom and gloom. Like any fine wine, his is only going to get better with age.
They are here, they wait slowly, take time. It gives more and more flavors. It's not a problem for the wine. It's better and better, so it's not a problem to wait. For the wine, for the economic, it's another another thing.
In Ischia, an island just off the coast of Naples, Italy, Sarah D'Ambro whips through her family's vineyard in her hot pink Vespa. Generations of winemakers pouring their soul into this volcanic hillside. She tells us that this year, the vineyard sales during March and April were zero.
We thought it was going very bad.
But as customers came out of lockdown, business bounced back.
All the summertime was, all the selling went very fast. Likely, we sold more than we thought.
She had predicted a whopping 50% drop in sales. For now, it's only 20%. Her product sitting in these steel containers, around $1.5 million worth of wine in them. Now they're banking on that uptick in sales from this summer to continue through the fall to get them through.
We actually have no plan B, so everything is going day by day.
The global market was upended by the pandemic. Northern Italy is known for its premium grapes and wine, but under lockdown, no one was really celebrating, and it's these big, expensive vineyards that have been hit hard. And while it's hard to say when or if sales will go back to what they used to be, winemaker Marchese Giacomo Cattaneo Adorno says this season does bring some hope. He says he expects this harvest to make some of the best wine he's seen in decades.
We had an incredible spring. The perfumes in the wines are absolutely incredible.
Under lockdown, there was almost no travel and air pollution levels plummeted.
The lack of pollution brought us a definite climate change, much stronger sun, much more light, and a very dry summer.
An extraordinary harvest in the middle of hardship. Giacomo says it's not the first time something like this has happened.
One of the best vintages in the whole of history was the year 1789, the year of the French Revolution. So, I mean, I think wine has an independent life to historical events and has survived to more difficult things.
And while perhaps the world has little to toast right now, wine growers are hoping their 2020 vintage will make this year a little more bubbly.
I'm particularly happy to have received this vintage. My heart rejoices knowing the beautiful wines we'll give the public this year.
Maggie Rulli, ABC News, Genoa, Italy.
We have to imagine the wine will become finer with time. Our thanks to Maggie for that.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.